Hey Ice and the fans, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm gonna tell you some Earthbound tips. Let's go! First of all, not all of these tips might work for you depending on what version you play. I mainly play the SNES Mini version, which is basically the same as the Wii U Virtual Console version and the Switch Online version and stuff. But most of these tips will work if you play on the SNES Mini, original SNES, Nintendo Switch, Wii U, or 3DS or something. But if you play the game on the GBA for some reason, a lot of this stuff will be different, so I'm just telling you that, okay? This video will be split up into different chapters, so you can just skip to the part which you need help with. Anyway, let's start with the tips. No, not that Earthbound Beginnings. I meant like the beginning of Earthbound, okay? It's just a little joke, I guess. Maybe I could make an Earthbound Beginnings tips video in the future, because that is a great game, and it's also on the Switch Online and the Wii U Virtual Console and stuff. Tip number 1. After talking to Pokey or Porky or whatever he's called, you must go back to bed after. If you choose not to, you're basically just trapped at the beginning of the game having no idea what to do until you get asked again. Tip number 2. Use the phone to save your progress. You can also use other stuff to save your progress, like the phase distorter, but you don't really see the phase distorter until near the end of the game, so there's really no point in adding it in an Earthbound Tips for Beginners video. Tip number 3. Now this one's really important, but you must equip your bat, okay? Tip number 4. Now this one's also really important, but you must listen to what Buzz says. I know it's just a tiny insect, but it's also a very intelligent tiny insect, and he will tell you about most of the game's story. So yeah. And you must get the not Star Stone. You must get the Sound Stone from Buzz as well, because that will also really help later in the game. Tip number 5. The Starman Jr. is literally impossible to lose to. Like, I'm not saying it's super duper easy, like, actually, the developers made it impossible to lose to the Starman Jr., like, I'm not kidding. Tip number 1. Get the map. It will be useful. Trust me. Tip number 2. Go to the arcade and beat these guys called the Sharks. They aren't actual sharks, they're just people wearing shark costumes. Then you have to beat this guy called Frank, which is what we're talking about in tip number 3. Okay, I'm pretty sure this tip only works on the SNES Mini version, but in the Frank battle, right here, right? You have to like beat him in like a certain order, like you have to start off with healing or defending. Do I have any healing items? Oh yeah, I do. So we have to start off with that. Then we have to attack. I think we have to defend, right? Oh wait, no, we do attack. It's just defend, attack, defend, attack. It's just like that, basically. And it's the same thing for his robot, Frankenstein Mark II, by the way. By the way, here are some bonus tips, which I think you should know. Bonus tip number 1. On the SNES Mini and Nintendo Switch, you can use save state, which means you can pick up right where you left off. This also works for literally every single other game as well, like Mario RPG. Pretty cool. And now it's time for the ultimate Earthbound quiz. Oh, okay, I'm not going to do an Earthbound quiz.